Hey guys, what's up? It's Aaron here from Black Swamp Preppers. I got a review for you guys today of the Gerber Myth Compact knife. This is a compact size full tang knife from Gerber. Now I've been buying a lot of Gerber stuff for a lot of years. I'm going to go over quality of the knife, what you get in the package. I don't have the original packaging, but you don't really need it. This is what you get. It's just in a blister pack. I'll go over the features of the knife, features of the sheath, and I'll tell you my experience with it. And I'll tell you right off the bat that my experience with this particular Gerber was not a good one. I've had a lot of Gerbers over a lot of years, and I really liked them. But recently I've found that their quality is falling off the cliff with a lot of their stuff. And a lot of their American-made stuff is way better than their Chinese-made stuff like this knife is. So let's get into it, and we'll see what we got. Like I said, it's a full tang compact size knife from Gerber. This is made in China. This is one of their Chinese knives. You have a small piece of rubber here. This fits over the rear of the handle of the knife to hold it into place. I used this all year last year, hunting, fishing, things like that. Never any wobbles, never any issues with the knife wanting to come out of the sheath. This black here is all a hard plastic. This OD kind of brownish coyote tan here, this is a soft rubber. It's very sound deadening. It doesn't make much noise when it comes in contact with other things on your belt, tree limbs, that kind of stuff. It's very quiet. On the back of the sheath here, you've got two flathead screws that will remove your belt mounting tang thing, whatever you want to call that. It is only mountable one way on a belt, and that is set up for your standard up to a 2-inch belt, 2-inch web belt, or whatever you want to use. But that is the only method of mounting it vertically like this on your belt. Unless you have a carabiner or a Grimlock keeper that you're going to fashion it some other way. On the bottom of the sheath here, we do have a sharpener, and I'll tell you about my experience with that sharpener in a little bit here. And so we'll pull it out of the sheath. There's your Myth Compact right here. Overall build quality of the knife seems to be pretty good. It's built good. It's solid. It's overall, I can't say that I'm unhappy with the knife, but there's definitely some things that need to change about this particular knife here. We'll go ahead and start with the blade and work our way back. The blade itself is 7CR17 MOV stainless steel. For those of you guys that don't know much about blade materials, basically that's a Chinese stainless steel. It's 440A stainless modified with vanadium. It makes it a little harder. It makes it a little easier to sharpen. It's supposed to hold the edge better than if it wasn't, but again, I'll tell you about my experience with that. So it's a stainless steel blade coated like kind of a nitride, smooth matte finish, non-reflective finish for the most part. The back here, you have everything. It's reverse of the sheath. Everything in the brown is a hard plastic, and everything in the black is a nice soft rubberized non-slip rubber. It's very nice. It fits. I have pretty large hands. It fits my hand very good. My original use for this knife was for field dressing and skinning, things like that, and that's what I used it for. It did okay at its job, but that was with factory edge on it, and it did not hold the edge. But 4 or 5 minutes into working on a white-tailed deer, and it was duller than a rock, guys. I'll just be flat out with you. So as you can see here, you might be able to see it on the camera. See how this is so exaggerated on my edge here. I've actually taken some of that coating off of the blade, and that's from using this sharpener as I was trying to gut and finish and get the deer processed so that I could get everything out of it and get it out of the woods. I mean, it went dull that fast. So I figured they put a sharpener on here, I guess I'm going to use it. Well, you can see what that sharpener did to the finish on my blade. If that bothers you, then it's going to bother you. Myself, this is a tool to me. It doesn't bother me exactly what it looks like as long as it's functional and reliable. And my first experience with this was not reliable. We'll work our way back. We do have a lanyard hole here, and it's just big enough to fit one paracord through. You could do a paracord wrist strap or whatever you wanted to do. And then you have a small pommel on the back here where your tang pokes through the rubber. You could use it's pretty thin. I'll show you here. I mean, it's pretty flexible. And I don't know that I'd be doing much pounding or anything on this knife, but I guess if you needed to, or you needed the end to process something in this way, to grind, or even use a ferrule rod, you could use it that way. And this will strike a ferrule rod. This bottom edge here, I've tested that. It will strike a ferrule rod. So, like I said, goes sharp, or I mean it goes dull, sorry, very, very fast. It did not hold an edge for me, and this did not sharpen it hardly at all. I mean, for minutes I was out there running this through this sharpener out in the woods, and it doesn't really do a whole lot. It's better than being dull, but it's not necessarily sharp. I've run this through my Lansky Blade Doctor just a couple times. After that, when I got home, I haven't done anything with it since, and we'll see if we can get it to corner here. Not really. There, it about cornered. So it's still not very sharp at all, and that was 5 passes through each side of the Blade Doctor, which I found to be probably my over a whetstone or a Lansky the stone system. I found that sharpener as a go-to quick pull-through sharpener, I found that to be my absolute favorite. It works well on the Mora knives. It works well on some of my bigger Gerbers. I really, really like that knife, that sharpener. So, in conclusion, the Gerber Myth Compact, is it right for you? I don't know. That's something you can answer. Price point on this runs right around $30 anywhere you come in contact with it, and I found that to be true. This actual one here was purchased at Bass Pro. I'm sure a lot of other places sell them, and you can find them online probably cheaper than that. Is it worth $30? Yeah, I like knives. I collect knives. I bet you I've got over 80 or 100 knives. Of all different shapes, sizes, kinds, brands, makes, models, you name it. I've been collecting knives since I was about 4 or 5 years old, so I've got quite a few in my collection. And is it worth $30? Yeah, it's probably worth $30. I've talked to a couple other guys at work that have this knife, and their blade held up a lot better than mine. Maybe it was just the factory sharpen, I don't know, but I have yet to test it with my sharpen from the Blade Doctor, and actually after seeing that paper test, I'm going to go ahead and run that through that once more before I go ahead and do any work with this. So that was a quick review on the Gerber Myth Compact, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you got any questions, comment them down below, and me and Mike will do our best to get them answered for you. And anything else, just message us, comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.